Welcome to listen to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. This is your host, Vinerati, going to be bringing you the second of two in between Idra and Huk. Now, I do not believe this was out of any sort of tournament. It was labeled as BattleNet, so I guess they just decided to see what they could do against each other. So we have Huk, as always, spawning as the Protoss in the south, and as always, Idra is Zerg in the north. And I think it's kind of fitting that Huk is spawning as the red Protoss because he is from Canada. So there you go for that one. And we have a probe starting off with a pylon. Now this is some pretty risky stuff right there. Not really, I know. It's kind of hard to spice up the beginning always. So either way, the Ursadak Cap is going to be seeing that probe coming by here, and Huk is, as always, makes a great use of the probes. The probes are just can be so annoying if used appropriately in the beginning. Not only just as regular scouts, but really using the shields, the shield recharge ability, because you can have a drone come over here and you can battle it out for about 20 hit points worth of damage. Of course, he's having an epileptic seizure right there, but you can have them do the damage, and then you can pull the probe back and run away from the drone and run until your shields charge again, and then continue to attack. And Huk has done this time and time again, just really doing a great job of using the shield recharge ability. So we do have a drone coming down here. Don't know if he's looking to scout or if he's looking to attack the probe, and yes, it does look like he is going to try to kill the probe. And Huk trying desperately to just kind of get up in here and make sure that the early hatchery for Idra cannot go down. But Idra is too smart, too quick for him, and goes ahead and micros the drone in front of him and is able to attack and kill him. So that hatchery does go down relatively on time, though Huk was able to, just make Idra do something that he really wasn't looking forward to doing either way. So the gateway is going to come down. We do see a Zealot coming up, so this Zealot is going to be able to do some damage. And Idra returning the favor here, as generally you would see a Cybernetics core coming down here for Huk. Huk, as you see right there, battling until the shield goes down to about 5. And we have a sideways probe there for half a second, and this drone is not really feeling the love. This drone is going to try to go here for the Vespene Geyser, but does not get it. And that drone is really brave, running through that mineral line right there. And this Zealot is going to desperately try to get a hold of the drone, but the drone is running for its life. As you see, the probes taser it to death, and it pops like a dirty little blister. So the Cybernetics core did successfully go down. It is almost completed, as Huk's hatchery is trying to finish up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the production tab. Yes, both of them are going to be finishing up relatively quickly here. And we have another queen coming online for Idra. So Idra, as we saw last time, will probably go ahead and he makes such great use of his coins and their creep tumors, bridging the two bases, which is so important, especially with this amount of distance. It's pretty far, if you think about it, considering how small the map is. And two Zerglings coming up here, trying to knock on the door of Huk, but Huk says, hell no, get out of here. And we have the Warp Gate technology coming out here, and once again we have a Stalker moving out, going to be applying pressure to these Zerglings. These Zerglings will not be able to get away from the Stalker. Well, I say that, and then they are doing a rather good job of it. But such a short distance, so they are able to run home to the Queen and not face the death sentence that they would have faced if they had chosen to continue attacking the Stalker. So the Stalker is running up this ramp. She's going to go ahead and run by this Queen because there is no creep in between the two bases quite yet. This Stalker being pretty ballsy going up against this Queen. Huk doing a great job of keeping away from this creep, basically rendering this Queen useless. So these Zerglings are chewing on the Stalker trying to micro these guys down, so the Stalker is not feeling so great. 5 HP, the shields are just about to start recharging, but did you see that? The claws reached over that ledge and totally just owned that Stalker, so that Stalker got a face full of claw. And we see 3 gateways online for Huk. So I'm not sure if Huk is going to go ahead and cap it off with one more and go for another 4 gate, or if he's going to switch it up a little bit and try to get the robotics facility a little bit earlier. And we have another pylon coming down here. So nice placement there. Keep just in case they run here. Get double. Not sure why he canceled that. Either way, we have these sentries moving out here. Sentry heavy build right now, especially considering that I'm sure Huk is anticipating some sort of Zerg harassment, and the Sentry's just doing such a great job of keeping the Zerg at bay and not allowing them to get a good surround. Force field's just so useful, and we see more Stalkers coming into the army of Huk. 2 more Sentries and 1 more Zealot coming in here, so a nice mixture. Have both range, well, Sentries have the range, but really the range DPS of the Stalkers, the battlefield manipulation of the Sentries, and just the meat shield that is the Zealot. Of course, the Zealots do really well against Zerglings, but where Idra is... What does Idra have? Yeah, Idra has Hydralisks once again, so those Hydralisks will just tear into Zealots any day of the week. Once again, I want to make a note of Idra's doing a good job of keeping his overlords, just kind of loitering around, seeing what exactly Huk is up to. Always trying to stay in the know. And we have a Twilight Council and a Forge coming down. So Huk going ahead and choosing to skip the robotics facility for now and trying to either get the legs upgrade or blink for his Stalkers. So this Overlord running desperately away for his life. Now, that Overlord would not have made it if he did not get the speed upgrade. So, great use of that speed upgrade, allowing his Overlords really to become that much more useful as scouts. Because if you don't get it, if you don't get that speed upgrade and you choose to scout like that, you're pretty much sacrificing that Overlord if the enemy is paying attention. So, Huk not able to knock it down there, not able to get that free kill. And Huk is just basically trying to compile some sort of army. Let's go and look at the army tab right now. It's pretty neck and neck. Huk has spent a lot more in the way in minerals on his army than... I'm sorry. Yeah, Huk has spent a lot more than Idra has, even though Huk is pretty low. I'm surprised that he is actually so far below Idra, but Idra is moving out here with Spine Crawlers and Hydralisks. Those Hydralisks getting the free probe kill right there, and these Overlords are just making a nice little red carpet walkway for these Spine Crawlers. So we're going to see these Spine Crawlers used in a offensive manner, not defensive, like they're meant to be. And we have all these Sentry pinging on this Spine Crawler. These Hydras desperately trying to kill off these Zealots before they get in there, but these Spine Crawlers were able to dig in time. Idra coming up here, pressing advantage because he does have the army advantage right here. There's Hydras are just so useful, so effective against these Stalkers. The Stalker getting pretty ballsy right there, running down that hill. But Idra in a really bad position right here. These force fields are going to separate the armor, and he's going to be able to DPS down the fragments of the army, fragmenting the army once again with these force fields. These Hydralisks are not in a good position here. Idra, nice force field to keep the last bit of those Hydralisks from being able to run away. So more Hydralisk reinforcements coming in here for Idra. Huk desperately trying to fend these guys off. Spine Crawlers continuing to advance for Idra. And there are way too many Hydras here for that army. And then you have the Spine Crawlers reaching over this ledge right here and tapping all of these Stalkers on the shoulder. Those Stalkers are not feeling so hot right now. We do see Huk bringing on 2 more gateways and trying to chrono boost out an army, desperately trying to keep himself in this game. These Stalkers are going up against toe-to-toe with these Hydras, but it is not going to be enough. I do not believe there's just not enough Stalkers right here. Both sides killing the flanks off, but we do see these Spine Crawlers moving up once again, so Idra is going to continue to slowly advance here. Actually, pretty damn quick considering that he's using these static defenses, but digging in here, keeping his Hydras in there, and we do see a probe charge from Huk. Huk desperately trying to keep these guys at bay, but Huk taps out, and we see Idra take 2 of 2 against Huk. Idra really mixing it up and using these Spine Crawlers in a great manner and getting the upgrade for the Overlords with speed, allowing them to come out here and do a rapid deployment of the creep, allowing the Spine Crawlers to move up and support these Hydralisks. So, great game. Idra did a great job all around. Huk just could not really answer that army. So, either way, as always, citizens, stay safe.